नमस्ते मित्रों, मैं आज अमेरिका से मेक इन इंडिया कॉन्फ्रेंस हो रही है। यहाँ आए हुए हैं हमारे गेस्ट सेथ। और सेथ, आपने ये जो कंपनी चालू की है टोफुर्की, इसके बारे में बताइए। Tell me how it all started for you, Tofurky.
Well, I was a vegan and I never had anything to eat at Thanksgiving, which is in November in America. It's a big meat-eating holiday because most of the Americans eat turkey. And I didn't eat turkey, so there was nothing for me to eat except a little salad and maybe some mashed potatoes. But I really wanted something protein in the center of the table that would be easy for people to cook and it would be delicious to eat. And so I started fooling around with things, and a friend of mine was making a stuffed tofu roast that he had the recipe for. So I developed 8 tempeh drumsticks and added it to that and marketed it under the name of Tofurky in 1995. And we sold 818 Tofurkys that year, and the response was incredible. There was more people like me that really were stuck in this awful holiday where there was nothing. It was all about the meat eaters. They even call it Turkey Day, and they'd say Happy Turkey Day, and it's Tofurky, so Happy Tofurky Day. So it really became a magic name and a magic product for us, and people just were clamoring for it all over America.
And 24 years down the lane, what is Tofurky like now?
Wow, Tofurky now is sold in 27,000 stores worldwide, and we are now seeing the mainstreaming of vegan food in the world. And we sell on 6 of the 7 continents, and we just can't make enough Tofurky. The demand for it is so huge that we have to put people on allotments and say we'll get to you when we get bigger equipment. So we're right now retooling our equipment to make more and more product for this world. But it's amazing to me because in 1980 when I started making tempeh and started the company, there was nothing in the supermarkets, and now any supermarket in the United States that you go to, you can get tofu, you can get tempeh, you get Tofurky, you get burgers, you get anything you want. It's so good to see.
Seth, how does it feel in your heart when you go to sleep every night?
I tell you what, this has been the most satisfying thing of my life, to see the world adopting a vision that was similar to what I had in 1980, and I didn't know if it would ever come to this. And what we have ahead of us is even more satisfying and exciting to me. So I really think that the vegan future is at hand.
Wonderful. And is Tofurky available in India?
I would hope so, but it's very long ways, and it's a lot of customs that makes it very expensive here. The government puts 25% duty on everything, so that becomes a problem. But I'm just getting to know India, and I like what I see, so it would be an honor and it would be great to sell in India someday. I hope so.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for what you did. Quick one.
Just that you started this 35 years ago.
Yes.
You were going against the trend.
40 years ago for the company,
ago.
25 for Tofurky.
So what was your biggest challenge at that time?
Well, the biggest challenge at that time was just staying alive on not much money because there was not a lot of market. So I only made $31,000 the first 9 years, which is about 20,000 rupees a month. And so it was a challenge to live, but I ate a lot of tempeh, and finally the market caught up and I was able to pay myself a little more.
Okay. So do you think people's perceptions are changing now?
Oh yeah. Perceptions are changing widely around the world, and in the US especially. It's more and more people are eating there's only 6% vegetarian, but about half of America now eats 20% of their meals every week vegan. So that's a big number, and that's what's really driving a lot of the growth, is that 50% of America that eats meatless 20% of their meals.
Awesome. So now 40 years later, what strategy, according to you, what strategy is more successful?
Well, I think the most important, we think that taste is the portal to the heart for people in food. And we say taste is king, value is queen, everything else is marketing. So you really need to have, your food has to taste unbelievable and good. And I think that's what's driving this curve now. We've been begging people for 40 years to eat less meat for the environment, for their health, for animals, and the number has just grown slightly. But because the mock meats are so delicious now, some of them are indistinguishable from the animal meat. So I think the taste is the best way to go with people and with new vegan businesses.
And last question, what is your message for the Indian non-vegans?
Keep on keeping on. You are on the right track. You are now doing what people were doing in the United States 20, 30 years ago. You're digging wells that other people will drink from, and you are saving the planet. So thank you. Namaste.